And we're live on a Mars day. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, evangelist, North American Sybil, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you would have seen last night's video and this morning and blah, 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 blah. In the middle of last night's video, in the beginning of it, I felt the change in the energy, the 10-day forecast, so we're going to jump straight into it. In the middle of that, I woke up this morning going through a terrible alchemical mutation. I'm going to tell you about that too. So I just kind of want to see where the fuck I go from here. In the middle of last night's video, I had an enormous ego death where the brain just died. Just went brain dead, is the best way to say it. I mean, that's the best way to say it. And then I woke up this morning in all kinds of, physical anguish. All these symptoms that are only described in this stupid card. And then I still don't know where am I supposed to go from here. So, in essence, I was trying to see, our 10-day forecast will tell us what's ahead. And the alchemical mutation will tell us what's going on. So what's going on for the next 10 days? Creation and artistry. Well, that's kind of funny. The video I had earlier, Hawk made fun of people, and he said men with... It's hilarious. I never heard nothing so funny in my life. He said men that have back tattoos, they're called bumper stickers. Yeah, let that sink in. I made a whole video before this. You can watch it. Let's just get into this. It's very creative. How did you think of that? I didn't. It comes from the cosmic conscious. Alright, on page 133, Ascending Masters. Alright, we got head, the potter. It's potter. The mineral is gold, presumed. I can't show you right now because it's all very well lined, but those... Oh, fuck off. These stones back here. Now, when we read... Do you see them? When we read about Metatron, it said that you needed gold pyrite, all of that, gold techite. Those are mined in our very dangerous mountains of Central City. That's cursed land. I go to Blackhawk, which is, 3 miles outside of it, a couple miles outside of it. That's cursed land. But those are actually, there's gold. Where's this one? I think it's on this one especially. You can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So, just wanted to show you that. It all has meaning. And then we're in our Beltane. I finally pulled that out right before we go into our Litha. Very spicy, fiery smell. And then the story about the egg I told that yesterday. And then today I got a video of these two geese stopping traffic to have sex. It's like, I didn't know they did that. Alright, anyway, so you have to have, your minerals. Creation and artistry. The creation inherent on this card is not only artistic creativity, but the creation of life itself, in the form of children and parenthood. If what is it, Keed, is found near cards having to do with fertility, it should affirm their messages. Otherwise, Keed represents the creation of art and all artistic endeavors. This may be a sign that you should pursue art if you have a passion for it, and turn it from a hobby into a way of life. Keed can also indicate a craftsmanship such as an architect or a carpenter, especially if found next to Deacon number 4. Creativity tends to come easily to anyone in touch with their spiritual side, but so do procrastination and the desire for perfectionism. If you've been putting off work on a creative project because you're afraid it won't turn out exactly right, or it'll be viewed with derision, I don't know, let Keed be your guide through the creative process. Keed, or the potter, is one of the epithets, I don't know, of the primordial god Khnum, who was believed to have created humanity out of clay formed on a potter's wheel. As the wheel turns is what we say. And they said the same shit about Lilith. She was created of the mud and the this and that. He is strongly connected with water due to the annual arrival of the nutrient-rich sediments during the flood of the Nile. Alright, this is all talking about creating. If you're not on a creative project, your life is a creative project. It's about taking it and creating it. Several of the coffin texts mentioned in Keed. First, the deceased is the rebellion against Keed as they try to avoid being picked up by the vultures in spell 425. Oh, that's very funny. There was this video I shared right before. It was Lumen Moon, and they were like, they're being haunted. They're having health issues, and they tried to get a. She didn't say an exorcism, but they tried to get a cleanse, and the spiritualist told them that it's their karma. I didn't put anything on you. You guys are so stupid. People have been accusing me that forever. In the essence, the first ones that came to mind were the mechanics. It's like, oh, your health is caught up with you, and now things are bad. And I know that because she kept asking me to get something off of her. She kept asking me to break some curse. She swore she was cursed before me. Now she's just going to put it on me. Bitch, you're cursed because you're cursed, and it's not outside of you. It's your shitty-ass behaviors and what you've been doing this whole life. And now it's eating you up from the inside out. And you got some kind of fucking health issue. And it's going to make you it's going to make you lose your motherfucking mind and maybe change your fucking way of life. Because you know you're going to die. You thought you were going to live forever and you could just treat people like this. And then God says, oh, you're going to die. You got 6 months to live. And you want to blame me? I have nothing to do with your body. You didn't take care of your body. And now when you only have so much time, I bet you're a nicer person. I bet you have more respect for life. I bet you have more gratitude for life. I bet you're more humble about life since you only got a little bit of life to live. Did I do this or did you by not taking care of your motherfucking body? It's your body and your mind and your spirit that's being haunted. As far as my guides, yeah, I think that guide, I very much think that those are God's avenging angels that he told me to send. The Lords of Darkness. Go catch that fucking teaching. In the essence, they came and got me too. They sucked up on my shit too. That's what it is. They bring it to the surface. You gotta face that shit, otherwise they're gonna make you fucking die from it. What is it? Energy. Energy, bro. It's energy. You have a shitty ass energy and now it's collected. It's magnetizing everything shitty to you from the inside out. It's not outside of you. You can't have somebody come and just burn some sage outside of you and you're going to be a better person. You're stupid. I can burn some sage next to you and you're going to feel better while you're sitting next to me. But then you're going to leave me and you're going to go back into your own shitty environment and there's no sage in your environment. You two vultures you two vultures who are the booths of the potter. I have come to you and may break your water pots and smash your inkwells, for a path is prepared for me to the place where the great god Shu is. The water pots are referenced to Khnum as the god of the Nile waters, and a position later assigned to Hapi. While the inkwells emphasize this god as a creative artist. Later, the deceased looks towards Keed for protection. Spell 538. O Potter, who is at your kiln, do not come down on me, for this is the eye of Horus, which is within your grasp. Finally, in spell 674, the deceased has successfully passed the stage of the journey, because Keed now has his arm extended and guiding them to Re Atum's presence. Ritual work for this deacon can be called upon for many things, but especially for creative inspiration and help with artistic projects. Keed can also help with severe constipation. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I mean, no, I'm going fine. I was like, damn, maybe it's a spiritual... I don't know, dude. I am so fucked up in my belly. I have, like, the worst cramps and everything. My daughter's like, maybe you took all my cramps because I haven't had any for 2 days. I'm like, if I did, I took them all right now. It's killing me, bro. I feel like I'm going to die. I'm serious. So, in the essence of constipation, no, that's not the case. But, you know, it could lead to that if we don't clear our chakras. A problem often caused by a lack of water and dehydration issues in general. Okay, everybody drink lots of water. Anything involving water can be associated with Keed. For detailed information by the cards, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so I got a lot of messages out of this. In the essence, you know, God writes the story. It's his plan. And you can write the story along with him. You know what I mean? And that's where you become a divine expression of creativity. When they said the vultures, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm thinking about the darkness that's coming to consume you, which is from inside, not outside, you fucking crowns. Like, seriously, it's inside of you, bro. Everything that's coming for you is inside of you. You are sending off a signal, right? So you have to work with your own thoughts and your own feelings to have a better experience outside of you. And also, it's like, you know, all of these artists, these fucking, oh my God. What did I say to you, Marshall? It's not that you've lost your ability, it's where it's the intentions you're putting behind your creativity. All the reason that Kanye is making music is not to better the world, so there's nothing, his music's not getting any better. Same with Russ, same with all of them. And it was actually Ali that sparked the conversation. I was like, Jesus, it's becoming awful. It's like fucking, it's horrendous to listen to. In the essence, it's coming from a place of desperation of, you know what I mean? He's not making music just to make music, bro. They're all making music for this fucking desire to be more. They're chasing using music, bro. They're chasing music. Creativity doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. You do it because it makes you feel good. And it doesn't, you're a little bit fearful to share this, you know, your creativity with someone because you're not sure that they'll, you know what I mean, respond well to your creativity. But you do it not because you have to, but because you love to. And not because people want it or you want people to have it, but because you love it, bro. Nobody could ever watch these videos. But I do it because this is my, you know what I mean, this is my gift that God has given me. And nobody else can do it. And I don't do it for money, and I don't do it for fame, and I don't do it for followers. I do it because it's something inside of me that needs to be expressed, right? I am the divine inside, and it needs to be expressed through me. And that's it. I can sit here with my own books and ask my own questions and find out and not share anything with anyone. I like to share what you know what I mean, my experiences, and I like to share my knowledge and my wisdom. You know what I mean? Going back to the apple. That's how I was created of. I gave you that fucking apple. Let me tell you. And my daughter's the same way. Did you know? Did you know? We want to inspire you by our knowing. You know what I mean? Not over-empower, you know what I mean? Not become powerful because of, you know, our doings. Something like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's why most creatives are shut down at such, you know, at life. You doing anything that makes you happy somehow is not a viable way of life. It's not a real job. It's not a real life. You can't really live that way. That goes down to artists, to musicians, to now this whole trend of, you know what I mean, people that play video games. Nobody ever thought they were going to be millionaires sitting around doing what they like, playing video games and letting people watch them. And they are crazy. My kid watches all kinds of them. The people, what's the one that never cusses? The big chunky guy? Queso. There's a good one. He doesn't cuss, and he won't let anything happen, but he gets super upset. And then you got that psycho one where the police came in on him. Remember the black guy, and the police came in on him for something? They raided him. He went crazy. He lost all his shit during a game, and he, like, cried and started breaking stuff. Dude, they're crazy. But in the essence, it's like they're rich. They're rich bitches. Just doing what they love to do. They found a way to, you know what I mean, do what they love to do and enjoy their life doing just that. People frown upon that, and that's what someone threw in my messages the other day. It's like, you lefties just need to get a job. Why? So we could be like you. We all want to be like you. And the essence is, you know, you are a form of creativity, like down to all the women that can cook up some really great shit in the fucking kitchen, dude. They share all, they're called kitchen witches, you know what I mean? The soul food and all this amazing things that they can create. They keep it only limited to their families, but if they had bake sales or, you know what I mean, a place where they could do this on a, you know, on a platform, they'd be well known for their skills. You know what I mean? Down to, there's all kinds of stuff, you know what I mean? That you have ancient skills that people don't honor as useful because there's not a market, or, you know what I mean? People aren't taking applications for that skill. No, but nobody knows how to do it. Like crocheting and knitting. That's what I need. I need somebody that knows how to make fucking clothes. Like, from basics. You know what I mean? That's something that's, you know, passed down by an elder to a young kid that continues to do it throughout their lives, and they make the coolest shit. You know what I mean? Don't say that that's not useful. You know what I mean? That's like automotives. What we don't really know, and what's my dad taught me, but it's pretty cool, is every car, no matter what brand of car it is, they all run off of the same elements. They need the same parts. What's different is they use different, you know what I mean? They have to have the same mechanics to make this thing run, but they use different parts and place them in different ways. That's it. That's all. God bless. Amen. And that's what Formula One and all of these cars teach you. They all have the same parts. They're just tweaked a little bit different from a different factory and put in a different place. But they need all these cars need the same parts. So if you were a person to learn what goes under a hood, you know what goes under every motherfucking hood. That's that hood life. And it's pretty cool to know something like that. And, you know, and it's like your creativity. Like my daughter, she sits there. It took her 6 hours, but it blew up on her TikTok. It took her 6 hours to make like a 2-minute little skit. 30-second little skit. But she draws them. They're like cartoons. She draws little figures and in movement. And she adds, you know, she creates a little story with that. It took her 6 hours. And not because she wanted it to blow up, but because she was into what she was creating. And then she gives it to the world, and people love it, or they don't, and she moves on and creates something new. She does it all the fucking time. All the fucking time. She's always creating something. They all save on my Google Drive. So one day, you know, when we do a documentary to her beginning works, I can show you where she started as a child and how she became this. And I always tell her, it's like, you've been doing this since you were younger. They think that, you know, that's why older people come to you, is because they're just tapping into this craft that you've been crafting since you were very, very little. And it's like, don't let your age, you know, hold you back. You can get a check before you're 18 for what you do. You know what I mean? Don't be giving your creativity to everyone, just, you know, in the sense of she puts it out there, but then people, you know, what's that word they say when they ask you to make something for them? Commission. They commission her to do work, but because she's a kid, she does it for free. And in essence, if you wanted, you know what I mean, if you wanted a graphic designer for your website, or, you know, you wanted, you know what I mean, any kind of graphic design to put, if you wanted your cover art for your album, or if you wanted, you know what I mean, a banner for your store or whatever, you would commission someone. She's 14, and these fucking high-level fucking TikTokers and all this shit come asking her to make shit for her so they could put their name on it. So I had to teach her some business about it, but in essence, she's already a business. And it's not limited to the pen and the paper. She can do it digitally. She can do it on a pen and paper, but she's a creative being. She's an expression of creativity. She's willing to try all new things and find a way to make it hers, put her foot in it, in the essence. So this goes back to, it's like, you're something that you do for you, right? All for you, and that really could be, you know what I mean, your way of life if you didn't try, you know, you could give more to it. It's kind of what I told Marshall this morning. I was like, if I'm not putting my energy into anything else, that means that when the right thing comes, I can put all of my energy into it. I no longer have these micro focuses in this macro focus. It's like, when I get the right idea, I can put it all into the right idea. Meaning, you don't give your art, your creativity enough space because you got job, you got kids, you got this, you got that. If you gave up your job and worked on your career of your creativity, yeah, you're going to have to find other ways of, you know what I mean, making money. You're no longer going to be making money through a job. You'll have to find alternative ways of, you know, hustling money to keep some finances going while you're building your career. Your hobby is your career. Some of you, you know, I'm seeing painting, and that's what they just said too. Was it this card? Yeah. Painting is a big one. It's like, I watched a couple of different documentaries. I watched the Bob Ross documentary, And I think it was in that one was this woman that was all, you know, that kind of tried to steal his kind of his flex, and she was all about making flowers, you know. And everybody, you know, I just want to point that out, is like, whatever you do that makes you happy, I assure you will make other people. Oh, the outdoors man. Oh man, that's the outdoor boys. I just discovered this guy within, like, I don't know, 6 months. This amazing man from Alaska that teaches the world survival techniques. And I didn't know he's been doing it for 11 years. And he comes out and he makes an announcement that he's retiring. And everybody is so sad about it, dude. And I get it, because he's used this creative way of his life, his own creativity, to share it with the world. And it's like, you know, it's like Stan Lee. All he did was draw imaginary cartoons and a story behind these figures. He drew a figure, and then in his mind he came up with a life for these guys. Now, did he do it all in his imagination, or he was guided by, you know what I mean, the cosmic conscious to make up these, you know, to deliver these wonderful stories to the world? And when he died, I cried, because it's like, who's going to deliver, who's going to tell us these stories? Who's going to see these visions? Who's going to create this? Now, keep in mind, they're trying to keep Marvel alive, but they could never. Marvel was Stan Lee. It wasn't a name you could just buy. You can maybe own the stories, but you can't expand them, because you didn't have his conscious or his mind. And that's where it is after these, there's the outdoor men definitely inspired plenty of outdoor men to go out and teach people stuff. And there's where we find these great YouTube videos of how-tos. I find a lot of them, like, I love the mechanics that teach us stuff. I had to learn from, you know, there was this how-to dad that taught me how to fix my garage door. You know, I love those things. It's like they learned a skill in their life, and the skill that they do, they inspire the world to, you know, with that power. Make the world powerful with the powers that they have. Not to hold them to themselves and charge you hundreds of dollars to come to their garage and learn this shit. They literally put it out there for free, you know. And again, this guy is amazing. If you haven't seen him, the outdoor boys, unbelievable. He's just unbelievable. It's like, if I ever wanted to go out into the world with anyone, I want him by my side. He is an absolute survivor, bro. And so all he did was show people what, you know, he would do when he would leave the house and when he would do with his family. You know, he showed people his, what you could say is his hobby, because he had a job. My daughter told me he was a lawyer, and I was like, that explains how he could afford all that shit and why he drives like that. But anyways, it was a cool thing, and I just want to inspire you guys. It's like, all of us have our little niches of what we do. And I also, you know what I mean, I write music, and I am very funny. I could probably write jokes and stuff if I did all that. But it's like, you know, the things that you do for you is what you were here to do for the world. Not to go and do what everybody else does and be part of their world. But the little quirky things that you do that make you you. Hold on. I'm being negative. Fucking shit. Alright, I'm trying to be positive here. Russ's girlfriend, Jonica, the bitch only cooks fucking cinnamon rolls, bro. That's all she does, and he swears they're the best. Well, then fuck. You must make the best cinnamon rolls ever, and you might as well just open up, you know. That sounds so dirty. Of course it would. See, this is where the creativity comes from. Johnny's rolls. Oh, God, go ahead. I don't care. You're disgusting. In the sense of, it has to be a dirty joke, because that's what they're selling, is sexism. You know what I mean? And she's all about, you know, her cinnamon rolls. Keep buttering my biscuits is what I heard. That's hilarious. But if that's all the bitch can cook, and she is known for this shit, and it is fucking delicious, the bitch, I made fun of her. I was like, she said that she put cookie dough in the last ones. That is some fat girl shit if I ever saw. How are you so skinny? Well, look at him. He's getting hella fat. Okay, somebody's eating these rolls. Them Tootsie Rolls. The Holy Spirit's all in this, dude. I'm serious. I'm laughing too. In the essence, it's like, well, if that's all you can fucking do, then I'm going to get you a fucking Tootsie Roll cart, and you're going to be out there selling them rolls. In your little I'm done. If you know the girl, then you know this is hella funny. And that's how it is. The Holy Spirit can turn anything into, you know, some... We can make $1 out of 15 cents. Oh, God. And my 2 cents is free, is what I heard. That's a good one. So use that, you know... And that's her. She's out there trying to make music. Bro, go make some fucking Tootsie Rolls. I'm stupid. In the sense of you're trying to do somebody else's job, but you already got your own job to do. I can't... Dude, nobody can do what I do. There is nobody. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please don't bring them. They're fucking with me. Here comes Wolfman in my peripherals. So I listened to that douchebag last night, and he's talking... this morning. He's talking about something about the Kabbalah, and that's how he learned how to tap into his psychic abilities and how to talk to deities. You learn through their teachings. I did not do any of that, bro. My psychic abilities completely turned on, and I talked to deities, and I didn't read that book, and we still haven't even got to that book. I didn't read any of these books. I didn't have to learn how to do it. If you do the internal work, then all that shit happens. Idiot. Keep reading about it, and I'll keep showing you how it's done. This is how we do it. Where we at in the freaking Odin Sun? Where we at? Ooh, I never saw that one. We're in Ur. That's pretty. That's a pretty cosmic gateway, don't you think? I never saw that one. That would be a rune. What's a rune? Well, just like the Hebrew alphabet that makes these gateways, then there's the Nordic runes, which are letters. Yeah, I know, right? How's your Sanskrit? How you doing on your Latin? Shut up, bro. Si habla español. That's about it. Maybe some French, if we got the right guy. French kissing, that's what. French kissing and some French fries. Transformation, strength, the wild ox. Nice. This rune is about profound transformation. I told you something happened. I told him all morning. I was like, dude, something's wrong with me. I'm dying. Who'd I tell? Who cares? I'm telling you right now. You have outgrown your current state of being and now passing through the gate. I told you. I'm like, literally like, that's what okay, I didn't tell you. I told him. I was like, I'm in the birthing canal. Like, I haven't birthed. I'm like literally waiting for new life. Like, I'm stuck in the dark. Like, I literally outgrew my mind and my body. I don't know what comes next. Am I going to come out? And then I woke up feeling like shit. Really? You have to catch last night's video. It was like the biggest ego death. I told you, my brain died. It was like, boom, boom. Shot you down. It's done. Now you are noticing that it's time. Now you are on notice that it is time for transformation. See, I can't even fucking talk. Natural cycles consist of death, decay, germination, gestation, and rebirth. Your passage may include a loss or even death of some part of you that needs to be released. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. I'm like, I can't even, dude. I don't even know what it's so hard to put into words. It's like I'm dead. I'm waiting to be reborn with new life. That's all I can put it in, dude. Like, I don't have a life. I need a life. It's not that, I mean, yeah, on the outside that too. You don't understand. I can't even try to make your brain understand. Try to fit yourself through that gateway and then we'll talk about it. Confirmation. Damn it, I called you guys in. They're going to start calling now. Your passage may... They're going to interrupt us like a bunch of times. Why? Because they're psychos. Alright, your passage may include a loss, blah, blah, blah. Stay like the wild ox and recognize that you are in the self-transformation gate. Getting ready to be reborn anew. I swear to you, that's what I said. I was like, dude, I'm just in this dark-ass womb. I have no idea. Merksavi, your reverse suggests a feeling of helplessness, as if you're watching something happen, but you have no power to change it. Surrender, for this too is transformation. Your reverse indicates an actual loss, such as an opportunity missed or a loss of a relationship. This loss is a wake-up call that could rock your world. We will rock you. I heard it before I even read it. Stay in your heart, for that is where your strength lies. When it that there's nothing but darkness. Recognize that you are in the midst of transformation. Use your inner light to see your way to a new beginning. And that's exactly what I told him. I was like, dude, I don't know. It's like all ambitions and desires and needs and wants and direction and focus. That's what I said, focus. It's all been taken away. It's like, it's not that I'm unfocused, it's that I have nothing to focus on. In the back, you're always, planning on, okay, I'm going to do this, but in the back of my head, I've got this and this and this. There's nothing in there. Nothing. There's nothing in there. I literally have no direction. Which, that's what I said, is if I'm not spreading my freaking, I'm not putting myself here and there and everywhere, then when they show me where I'm supposed to go, it's going to be full flow. And that's what I said. It's like, I'm not chasing a job. I'm not chasing a car. I'm not chasing to finish my documentary or my music. I'm not chasing the idea of relationships. I'm not even chasing a meal. I have no reason to move. And that's it. It's like I'm in a certain place of existence where I don't have an existence. I don't have a reason for existence. This is what I told him. I was like, I don't have a reason to live. Not like but I don't know where. I don't have a reason. There's no reason or logic as to what I am supposed to do. And that's where I came back to it. It's like I'm just sitting inside of the womb waiting to be born, is what I said. But that's the best way. The more words I put on it, the more negative it sounds. It sounds helpless and hopeless and dark. But if you've been through the dark night of the soul, you know those feelings, and that's not where I'm at. It's dark, but that's not what those feelings are not there. And it came with something simplistic as I guess it was the last thing that I was chasing. It could be the first, the most current thing I was chasing, but it was in that pursuit I realized, and that's what I said in that video, is like, I'm chasing. And as soon as I realized I was, it's like, when I told my mind that it was chasing, it stopped. When I recognized that I was chasing, it just stopped, and that's what I said in the video. It's like my mind stopped bucking and just came over and walked with me and said, where are we supposed to go? Okay, I'm listening. Where do you want to go? And I looked at it confused, like, I don't know. And that's it. Where am I supposed to go? What do I put my focus on? What is the focus of your day today? Right? So I wake up today, and honestly, I can't. My body is killing me. I threw myself into a hot bath, boiling, and I love that God does that, dude. I don't know if he breaks the pipe. I mean, obviously the pipes are broken, but like, I go to places and all of a sudden the water gets boiling. Like, it is literally a hazard. Like, if you left that water running and put a baby in it, you'd burn your baby, bro. And this water gets so hot. And anyway, so I took this boiling bath, and I'm literally having what I said was sacral, which is the seat of intimacy, right? And that's where all creation is made. But then I was, that runs down to your root, which is my legs. So I'm having cramps and all this shit. It's my sacral into my reality. And it's all hurting. It's like all fucked up. My chakras are all fucked up, which means, my reality's all fucked up. But it's from the inside. I looked at the world different, and it fucked up my body. And that's what I'm going to read in this next one. And that's what I was saying. It's like the absolute surrender. And that's what I meant, is like, I lost my mind. Where my mind didn't try to, it gave up. It doesn't have a reason to live. It's not going after anything anymore. It won't do anything without me telling it what to do. Which is an amazing place to be, but at the same time, your mind is your source. It's your drive. You know what I mean? You put your will to you put your will behind your thoughts. You know what I mean? You have a vision and you put your willpower into it. My mind is completely blank in the sense of none of that matters. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's that I have a full understanding that God's got all that. He's got this, and I've learned that enough. It's like, what are you going to do today? I don't know until he shows me. That's how I live every day. But now it's like, I'm not looking past today. Which in essence, I guess I always was what was next? What comes next? What's next week? What's next month? What's next year? What's our next venture? What's next? And that was that King of, you know, the Knight of Wands, King of Wands. Which is nothing more than a mirror, because that's what I learned through fucking with Hades over there. Fucking Wolfman. He mirrored all this shit back to me. I saw myself in him. And as I was persecuting him, I can't heal you, but I have mastered myself through dealing with you. You're chasing like a motherfucker. All of you are. But it was only through you I could recognize my own chase. And that's because we are the fire. I could recognize the fire that's driving both of us. And that's why, you know, people are put in your life, you know, as, especially my twin flames, you know, as mirrors. I never said he was a twin flame. I said he was a soulmate. He's a mirror. It's not the same connection. But in the essence, he pushed me to newer levels that I was, you know what I mean? That I wasn't mirroring back with the boys. Still another level of healing, but it's his healing. His healing is being reflected at me, but it's my healing too. That's why they come into me. That's why they come to me, is they're on a new level of healing that aligns with my healing. And I'm going to walk us or myself through it by reflecting off of your current reality. And that goes back to Sophie. Sophie was me, and Sophie was trying to break this into the Empress. Through her, I saw myself and broke through it. Through Russ, I see myself and break through it. Through Allie, through all of them, I see myself and break through this. In hopes that you see what I see and you break through it too. Do you see what I see? Every time I think of that movie, I just want to, or that song, I just want you to know I think of the Gremlins. The movie The Gremlins. Yeah. They're sitting there before it gets all crazy in front of the Christmas lights, and then here comes the demons. It's a great movie. Water. Don't give him water after midnight. Well, use your inner light to see your way to new beginnings. And that's it. You want to create something for your life, right? And that's where it is I'm not creating anymore. Which in essence is a good thing, because if I'm not creating, God's creating. That means I've given back the creator source to the creator. And now I create with him instead of just creating madness from my own mind. We chase our ideas and our thoughts, right? But do you realize you're just chasing them? That's what I realized. It was a faint thing that I realized. I watched my brain try to go from a thought. And we know the brain's already been programming about chasing. So when I told it what it was doing, it could not argue. And that's reprogramming. We've learned what chasing looks like through all these people and how chasing is bad. We've learned this. So when I tell myself, you're chasing, myself knows that we need to stop right now. And that's exactly what it did. It did what it was programmed to do. To stop. And that's where I was just sitting here as the charioteer, like, I have control of this motherfucker finally. I finally have control of this motherfucker. Where are we going? I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here and hold on to this power for a minute. It's kind of what happened. I'm not going anywhere. It's a beautiful day too. I woke up early. I took a shower. I blow dried my hair. I put on I put on makeup. I put on a dress. I can't get up. My eyes feel like I've been crying for days, or they're about to. They're so heavy and they're like raw, like they've been crying. Have I? Nope. But I feel it. It's right in my eyes. They feel burnt, like I've been crying. I'm so damn tired, dude. I am so fucking tired. I literally, like, that's why I'm doing this first. If this didn't help, I'm going to take off my dress and I'm crawling back in bed. I am so fucking tired. What is happening to me? It happens to us all every time you reprogram yourself. And it hurts. Fucks up your body. Now, this is what's really poetic, is when I do these generational ones that are really big. There are not too many of them, maybe 5 or 6 throughout the last couple of years. But on those days where I have them, the very next day, both of my kids are fucking crashed out. They can't get up either. Neither one of my kids have gotten out of bed. Oh, maybe she's in the bathroom dancing. They can't get out of bed. Both of them had a great day ahead of them. He had a field trip and she had field day. Neither one of them could get out of bed, bro. They didn't want to go. They didn't have the energy, and neither did I. And it's like, why am I going to force them when I can't force myself out of the fucking parking lot? And that's it. It's like, it's a beautiful day, but it's not, you know what I mean? We just didn't have it. So when I see these things happen, I know that I've broken, you know what I mean? I've broken it in all of us. And if I really wanted confirmation, I could call my other children. They live together, my oldest children, and ask them, how you feeling today? Just being nosy. Just to confirm it. All of us are down because all of us are about to be. I just broke some serious shit out of us. Meaning the DNA, right? This is in my DNA. This was a thought that was inside of me. A programming that was inside of me that I passed on to my children. It's not to say that you know what I mean? It could have been a generational curse from many. My mom was always chasing something, chasing her tail. My brother, you know, all of us are always chasing. You could say it was just our curse, or I broke literally a curse of mankind through my generation, for my family, and hopefully for others. In the sense of, it's broken out, right? This piece of your DNA that made you is gone. And so as it breaks off of you, it breaks off of anything that you put it into. The children are my energy. I put all my energy into my children. So if you know what I mean? If I can break this off, I break it off of them. Now, it doesn't mean that they won't walk in the chase. What it means is, now I can show them, because I've already explained it. They'll still have to choose, they still have to make their own life choices. And that's where they're presented with different choices. We can look back at our life and say, we made some fucked up choices because we didn't know all of the options. We didn't really know what else was an option. We only saw 2 options and we did the best that we could with that. Whereas later, you know, stuff like me, ascending masters and teachers, can come in and show the youth, no, you're not seeing the bigger picture. There's another way out. And that's that higher perception. Meaning when she's chasing, I can explain to her that she's chasing because I can recognize it. I can recognize myself in her. Now, whether or not she wants to take that, I can plant the seed, just like me. And after a while, she'll realize that she's doing, you know what I mean, just that. And if she has the willpower to stop herself. It takes a lot of willpower, self-discipline, to stop yourself from doing what you've always done. That's how we become Christ-like, how we change our mentality, how we have a Christ consciousness. It's a conscious act that we do. You know what I mean? It's an unconscious knowing, but we have to apply it in the conscious world. We have to try to be nice. We don't just be nice. When someone pisses us off, we have to try not to act in that and try to be a better person based on our new understanding. And that's applying it. It's a lot of practice, and it's not perfect, because just as much as you think you got it, here comes this motherfucker on his little tricycle that's going to set you off and you're going to lose your shit. I told you not to go there. Why are you always fucking pushing me? Just to see what your limits are so you can push them further. You know what I mean? There's one more card that comes before this. We're going to do a Hindu card. Hindu, Vishnu, Krishna, I don't know, Buddha, they're all the same. I don't even know what to call the energy, bro. Because they say, you know, Hindu and Buddhism are supposed to be different, but they stem from the same teachings. They just had two brothers that went and told 2 different words. That's how the 12 tribes of Israel became. We're all part of, you know, all of that. Yours, really? I guess. What do you know about that, Allie? Oh, God. What do we got? Oh, there we go. Wow, the carrier of Vishnu. That aligns with all of this. Garuda. Who's the carrier? Like, come on now. That's what's very interesting, because it all goes back to the goose egg and the geese. It's all, they're coming in. O Garuda, son of Vanita, you fly through the skies carrying Suri Vishnu on your back. O king of the birds, I offer salutations to you, the eater of snakes. Devotion to God, protection from snakes, security while traveling, improved ability to serve God. This is very good. You notice how it says God? It doesn't say Vishnu. Vishnu is their god. He is his card's right here. He is the maintainer of the universe. Now, if you look in it, that's exactly what they say about Melchizedek, that he's the maintainer of the universe. They're all a part of a, elite squad where they all, they're tasked to different parts of the globe. Well, different parts of different realms. Because even though, going back to Buddhists and Hindus, you're not just a culture separated. You're unified in an energy, but that energy is not just here of Earth. There's millions of realms built of that magnificent energy, and those were the ascending masters that took form in this reality for you. They're always the masters of that reality, and you know what I mean? Of that teaching and understanding. So going back to this, it's like having a devotion to God. I'm seeing Wolfman, how I learned how to communicate with the deities. What the fuck does that mean, bro? That you light candles and you say mantras and you fucking burn herbs and oils and shit, and you envision the deities? Do they speak to you on their dolphin phone? Which deities, motherfucker? I'm tired of people saying that. I'm tired of you saying you're talking to ancestors, spirit guides, and deities when you can't put a name or a face on it. When I can come out here and tell you specifically. And I told the whole front group this morning, after I made that video, I said, hey, you guys want an ego death? It was all 7 of them, and security. And the guy's like, what's that? I was like, when I blow your mind. When you used to think one way and now you think another way and it blows your mind. I said, all right. You guys know I talk to dead people, right? So I was out there talking to Pac, and Pac says that, wait, do any of you have a back tattoo? No? Okay. Pac says that men that have back tattoos, they're called bumper stickers, that men do that to impress other men. And there was a lesbian woman and 3 other women there that very enjoyed that statement. And then there was the 4 men that did not have back tattoos. I walked up and said, I just got done talking to Pac, and this is what he said. I come and tell you exactly who I was talking to, or who's directing me, and what they said, unless it's they. Who are you talking to in your imagination that you can't come out and stand before man and say, I have a connection with this spirit, this guide, this deity? All of you want to say that you are a Christian, but do you talk to Christ? And does he talk back? There's the question that I'm going to ask in churches all across the world. You supposedly have a connection with Christ, yes? Does he talk to you? Then you have no connection. Does he come to you in your quiet spaces? Do you speak with this angel, this God, this deity, this man? Are you still connected to your loved ones, or you don't know how to connect to the dead? I'm getting you on this one. And I've had to stand in that since the very beginning. Your devotion to God, what does that look like? You go to church every Sunday? You learn the Bible with everybody else? You're part of a flock? Protection from snakes. I am the serpent, so I don't really know what that means. I pulled out my snake skin yesterday. I don't have to worry about them. I could tame a cobra. Why? Because it's my energy. I could walk in the lion's pit. It's my energy. You, on the other hand, no. They can smell your fear. Security while traveling. Well, again, I was going to take some travels, and again, everywhere I go, I'm protected. I have a whole, that's what I was showing her. I was like, dude, that's a whole Ouija board right there. She's like, is it really? I was like, yeah, and all of this is like, that's where I can control what comes in and what goes out. I put all of this on top of the Ouija board as I travel through through the streets. That's what's in my dashboard, bro. There's a whole gateway to the cosmic worlds. I open the gateways as I travel, using them to hold it down. All right? Improved ability to serve God, and that's it. Are you ready to give up your life, to give your life to God? It's got a mighty purpose on you. And that's, I see the missionaries for the Mormon church. Those motherfuckers, I saw them in Mexico. They're everywhere, bro. They're fucking everywhere. I don't know if their parents send them out or what happens, bro, but they're very young, and they send them out, and they're all over the place, bro, as missionaries for God, bro. It's like, it's almost like they have to do a credit, you know, they have to do 2 years of missionary work to be an actual, you know, good servant of God. Like, they're everywhere, bro. At a young age, out there, you know what I mean? Serving God. How do you serve God? What do you give to Him as devotion, and how do you serve Him? So yesterday we were driving, what's her face tonight? Morgan and I was driving. I had a joint. And we stopped at this light. They're always there on Wadsworth and Alameda. There's a bunch of Venezuelans trying to clean the windows, but I had just cleaned mine. And I tell him, no, I just did mine. And he's like, you don't got $1? I was like, no, I gave my last dollars. I did. I gave my last dollars to my daughter for her field trip yesterday. And he's like, oh, you got some weed? ¿Tienes mota? ¿Tienes mota? And she's got it in her hand. And I was like, hey, dude, just give it to him, please. She's like, yeah, for sure. And she gave it to him. And then another one came out her window and she gave him $1. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I was like, dude, they're us. And if we're ever in a place that we can give, we're, you know what I mean? We've got to be able to pay it forward. Now, here's the funny story. The joint that she was smoking, when she came, the lady was, our elevator's still out. The lady was bringing down a bunch of fucking laundry down the stairs, and she told her if she'd help her, she'd give her a little bit of weed. So, like, it was passed along. She gave her some weed for helping, and then we gave it to some other people by helping. You know what I mean? It's a regenerative situation in that. And it's like, if you can give freely from the heart. And that's what I told her. I was like, me and you know, we don't step out. We don't give, you know, I give to the animals. That's what I was telling her about these. I was like, I don't have friends or anyone. I don't have anyone to give. I give my time and my energy. I don't really have resources. But when I do and someone asks, I do not turn them down, because I will ask, and I have asked. You know what I mean? And so it's not about overgiving, but giving from a, you know, a free heart. And so with that being said, I want you to understand is, like, you can't be divine without a devotion to God. That's not being a tarot reader. That's not meditation. This is devotional time that you spend with God, real conversational time where He sits there and talks to you, your Father, and He talks to you about how you're living your life and things that need to be said, and you have a good talk with Him. And the next one is, how do you serve Him in this world? How can you show that you're a servant of God to His people? Because that's what He asks all of us to do as a servant of God, is you serve His people. Not your people, your family members, His people. And that's where you play God. Who do you help? Do you only help those that ask? And are you in a position where people can ask? Or you choose who to help. You choose to play God and who's worthy of your help. Be careful, because when it turns around and you got to ask someone for help, they're going to play God like that to you. Keep that in mind. Alright, we're going to end on this card, and I'm going to get some lunchy lunch. And maybe a nap. I don't know. The kids are laid out. It's not a bad thing. It just doesn't feel like a great thing, you know. Number 31. I went to the key of light. Your spiritual growth is changing your mind, your body, and soul. It's very real. It's helping you fulfill all aspects of your divine destiny. It's awakening your spiritual talents and attracting new energies. This process will bring tremendous joy and satisfaction. The body changes as light enters. Alchemy is a catalyst and transformation happens. Sometimes the appearance of the body changes, and that's what I told her too. I was like, I used to be, you know what I mean? I used to be a size 18, dude. She's like, serious? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm a size 10 and I keep getting smaller. I was like, it was all spiritual. I mean, I go out and I do a lot of, you know, outdoor activities and stuff, and I do kind of hard labor jobs, but I lost all of this just doing that. It was like everything changed. There will be changes in how your body feels, responds, acts, and creates. Radiance increases. Lightness of being increases. If you have clairvoyant visions, you will see increase in light, as though the person is actually lit up from within, and they are. And that's what it means, is being an energy reader. I can see your light. I can see it's not an actual form. It's just, and it's not like auras either. It's not like that. I I don't know. It's the unseen. Spiritual abilities become grounded in the body, and the person can channel healing energies just as naturally as they would set the dinner table. And that's astral traveling and stuff like that. The spirit becomes a living reality in the body, and the material world is experienced as an extension of the divine light. This alchemy is an empowering gift of love. Symptoms of the process can be challenging. This may include headaches and other aches and pains, flu-like symptoms, inexplicably and nearly overwhelming fatigue that lasts for days. And I've been saying that as I've been pushing these really heavy messages out, the light of them has been knocking me out. I've been going into, it's not the sleep that I'm going into, it's the deep sleep I'm going into. And then suddenly vanishes along with surges of new energy. We might also experience pinging in the ear, increased sensitivity to light or sound, hormonal imbalances, hot flashes, excessive sexual energy, mental obsessions, mood swings, aggression, unintentional harsh reactions to people. If you've been experiencing any of the above and wonder if these and other unusual symptoms could be direct result of increased spiritual energy affecting your body, the answer is very likely. This is very likely. You are encouraged to source whatever professional support you need to take care of your body. Also consider using the following practices as easy ways to ease away the side effects of divine alchemy taking place in you. Simple practices include getting regular rest. Additional sleep is powerful for the body and the mind to heal and repair, integrate, or reorganize. Allow time for physical exercise, which can help release excess energy, especially if you tend to feel mentally congested. And that's it. I've been doing these stairs, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm practicing like to walk the fucking, Manitou again or something. I mean, seriously, dude. I've literally been doing a lot of those. Take some time away from meditation, spiritual studies, or discussions and energy work. I did that all yesterday. I just detached. Instead, simply be in nature or rest. If you work with colors, then take a break for a short time, only working with soft ones. If you have a tendency to push yourself with spiritual work, learn to take time off regular occasions will help you recover. Finally, working with cool energy, but refreshing as a way to discharge excess heat can be extremely beneficial. That's another thing too. We dropped the temperature. It's like 60 degrees, 60 to 65 outside. We had to drop it. It's nice and cool. You could do this by sitting in a shade or in a room, blah, blah. Just cool yourself down with a cold rag or a fan. I'm about to get an air conditioner. I'm serious. Invocation. I call upon the beings that love me unconditionally and ask for divine grace, protection, information, assistance, intervention, and healing in all ways now. As I change alchemically, may my body and mind be supported to recover with divine assistance. I celebrate the alchemy that the light creates, and with kindness I allow for it to unfold in my body, mind, and soul, according to the guiding hand of divine love. May all those on the path of love and light be assisted to walk their path with as much joy and as little suffering as possible. Through my own free will and divine grace, so it be. I go through these all the time. In the beginning, it was like, because I was going through so much changes, I was doing so much healing, I literally didn't have any energy, bro. I didn't have any energy. It would come and it would just go. And that's where it is. It's like I had a whole night's sleep, bro. I was up for only a few hours and I didn't do shit. I smoked a couple cigarettes. I drank a cup of coffee. I walked the dog and did the fucking stairs the typical amount of times I do. There was no reason for me to be this tired. And that's where it is like you're looking for reasons, which you're not going to find. And that's why I read this to you, because you just got to know something's wrong. You know when something's wrong with you and you don't feel well. You don't need to go looking for reasons as to why you don't feel well. You just need to take care of yourself so you can feel better. That's all that ever means. Or you're going to be an asshole and not acknowledge that you don't feel well and try to push yourself. And you're going to feel worse instead of getting worse. And I used to do that. In the beginning, there was a video. I'm really trying to just maintain my life, bro. I am so tired. I am literally crying as I'm driving to go get people, doing Lyft. And I'm listening to a magnetized video. And she says, your spirit guides need you to know that you need to rest. I don't know who this is for, but this is permission for you to rest. I needed that. As soon as she said it, I fucking turned off and I went home. And sometimes I do need that, you know, confirmation that it's okay, you just need to rest. This is gonna knock you down, bro. Not just the crying, but just changing your mind like that. You were programmed, bro. It ran through your entire system. The whole system, you know what I mean? It was embedded, zeros and ones through your entire body. And all of a sudden, you pull out all the zeros. You're feeling fucked up, bro. And it's like, it's kind of what she said, dude. She told me that what was going on with my car. She's like, okay, so if you unhook the battery, she says the transmission is going to have to reset itself to the driver. And it's going to be a little foolish each time until it resets. It's like a reboot. You know what I mean? And that goes through everything that we said. It's a reboot. You have to wait till you're back to your... You're not going to get back to yourself till you're your new self. Till all this light grounds. Where does it come from? The dark, bro. I didn't go looking for the light. I end up in the dark and end up fucking being blown away by the light. And that goes back to it. You know, Wolfman and all these people, they practice the dark to have power, but I teach you, if you just go through your own darkness, you'll have all the power of the light. They're trying to harness dark powers that are already inside of them by reading a book, by lighting a candle and doing all this witchcraft. I do the witchcraft after, and that's what it is. What do you do with your witchcraft? Banishment, protection, healing, and cleansing. That's all I do, right? It was really funny because she watched this chick. I made the video yesterday, dude. She watched this chick stay the fuck away from me in my car because of the sage. I was like, bro, you should have seen my first brew, when I first brewed one, because my roommate was fucking possessed by a demon. I made this perfect brew, and I would fucking blow it in the morning, and he would take off for almost all day. I was like, I had it so well that he was gone for weeks at a time. All I had to do was light this fucking incense, and that motherfucker would come nowhere near this house. It goes back to that saying, their demons cannot find rest in your light. And that's it. I didn't do nothing. You just don't feel comfortable around me. Why? Because you're hiding something. Because your darkness doesn't feel comfortable in my light. I'm shining too bright. I'm causing too much attention. I stand too bright. And you're, you know what I mean? And you're scared of that light. And that's what it is. Darkness flees when light comes. But at the same time, they try to consume the light because it's too bright. That's why I tell you, you got to be able to hold that light in a dark, you know what I mean? You can't be a perky bitch in a, you know what I mean, in a dark, in a dark jungle. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to cover yourself in some, you're gonna have to put, you know, be a wolf in sheep's clothing right there for a minute. And that's where I get to walk in with this cloak of invisibility. You don't even know who you're fucking with. Did you just fuck with me? And that's what I also told Morgan. It's like my responsibility. I have to tell people. They have to know right away that they're fucking with an anointed. That way, when the persecution can't come with the, and that's it. You guys get away with plenty with the, forgive them for they knew not what they did. So I always have to announce, I am the messenger of God. I am Lilith reincarnated. I have to tell you my spiritual status. It's like being a police officer. I have to tell you I'm a cop. You know what I mean? And that's it. So I have to tell you who I am. Whether or not you choose to accept it, that is on you. But now when you do God's anointed harm, you know where in the book this is going to catch you. You knew I was anointed because I told you. You chose of your own free will not to accept my truth. You chose to lie, thinking I was lying. I say this, I don't lie to everybody's face. I tell everybody's face, tell them to their face the truth. You're lying to my face is what's happening, and to your own. You're lying through your fucking teeth is what's happening right here. So I have to tell people who I am so that they can act accordingly. Do they? No, they act the fucking fool that they always are. But then later they're like, oh, they didn't know you were. How did you not know? I told you. I told you who I was. Anybody that talks to me knows that I tell them, whether they accept it or not. The whole front desk can say, damn, she's a crazy bitch. Fine. Go ahead and talk amongst yourself. But that's not what's going on up here. And when the truth comes out and that, you know what I mean, you're going to be looking stupid. You're the liar, not me. I never lied about any of this. Just because you choose, you cannot believe that someone has the powers that I say I do, and you choose not to see that I can execute them in such ways, that's your own lie. You're not going to make someone else believe your lie when I'm the walking truth. And you're the walking dead is what I heard. How does this work? Start working through your darkness and you become the truth too. Start walking in truth and you become the light. You become all powerful. You will need your spiritual gifts to walk in the light with all this darkness. But they're only given to you as you eliminate your own darkness. Not eliminate someone else's. Yours. And that's what Wolfman got. He wanted to know the dark goddess. He had been studying the dark side and the dark goddess and the dark powers his whole life. He did the wrong fucking invocation, if you ask me. You got the real deal. I am here in the fucking flesh. You want to keep playing around? You want to keep playing around? I'm really here. You went to my temple. What are you doing? I'm right here. No, she's not. Okay, bro. Keep watching me send this. Keep watching, bro. Keep witnessing the truth while you're believing a lie. So all of this comes down to, quit living a lie. Be authentic. Going back to your artistic creation, your artistic gifts, your hobbies. Be who you really are. If you like to design women's underwear and you're a man, then do it. Right? It makes sense why you would have a design on it. You're staring at women's underwear all the time. We don't stare at our own underwear. You are. Makes sense. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, do it. And stop hiding who you are to be, to fit in. And take it serious. Take your gifts serious. Develop your gifts, and then you start taking it serious. Other people will start taking you serious. People seriously are afraid of me. They have no reason to be. They watch too much fucking TV. But when you do realize I have all this power, I guess you should be scared. But am I directing it at a person? Come on now. Come on now. I don't got that kind of power. My power is to direct all the people into the light. Using this power. But ultimately, damn, his food smells delicious. I'm starving. We're going through the light. And in essence, being filled with light is being in the darkness. When you're a baby being born, right? You're just in a dark womb filled with light. You are a light inside of a dark womb. And you just develop. Before you know it, you have fingers. Like, wow, where did these come from? And then you have toes and stuff. And then you get out and you really see your form. You're like, wow, what are you people? That's kind of what it is. It's like, yeah, I was a whole something before I became this. What am I becoming? They say the best version of myself. It's a transformation. Butterflies and shit. We're in the cocoon. Hey, that's a great movie. You should watch that too. It's a 1980s movie about souls. It's called Cocoon. They painted them as aliens, but they were souls. And they had to get into bodies. And they were here for a little bit, but the bodies, they couldn't stay on our planet. That's me too. I'm just a soul having a human experience in a fleshly body. Most of you are too. Those that accept that reality. The rest of you, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. I know you're not human, though. You're just having weird human experiences. Hey, I love yous. That's all I got for you. I really do, unless they give me more. Unless they give me more. But they said to rest, and so I'm taking a rest. If you don't see me, then that's what I'm doing. Go to bed, take a nap. You might see me in your dreams. That's where we all meet anyways. Or in nightmares. Laters, haters.